Yaho. Hello. Hello. I'm gonna be drawing. I wanted to. Oh my god, I gotta turn my audio down. There we go. I couldn't hear myself. Hello. If you hear anything, that's either my fan or me grabbing little candies from a bag. I'll be drawing today. Doing line art for funsies. I actually like doing line art, which I know, blasphemous. If you hear me knocking anything, sorry. The cable is like right over my Cintiq. Also, you may be noticing something very small. I changed some of the mouth movements on my model because I wasn't happy with the level of expression. There's still a few kinks I have to iron out with some not so good stuff showing, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. All right. Ba-bum. I still gotta make a... Oh. Go over there. I still gotta make some stuff. But I do line art on Paintal Sai because I like it. I like it. Am I too small? I think I'm too small. Bigger. Larger. Hello. There you go. I don't know how chatty I will be. I like eating sour candies when I work. I'll give me a boost. But I'll be working. Oh my god, can this cable get out of the fucking way? There we go. Sorry. There we go. Now it's out of the way. I'll be working on some line art for this little bunny maid. He's a character I have and I love him dearly. Say anything bad about him and I will be coming for you and I will call your mom. Ooh. I have to set stuff up so I don't give myself a fucking... Oh, I gotta turn this up a bit. I don't know why the sensitivity sometimes just kind of fucks up. Hello? Okay. I don't know why, but the sensitivity feels kind of weird. Maybe it's because I'm not holding the pen right. I mean, my drawing tablet has been having some issues here and there, primarily with the screen flickering a little bit sometimes, but the thing's like 10 years old. Also, yes, I do turn my canvas so I can make nicer curves and stuff. The reason why I haven't been streaming for a little bit, when was the last time I streamed? I think it's been a month already again. I actually have a reason this time. Let me go check. A month. Yeah, a month. So what happened was, I talked about this before, but I did get sick really badly, like a month ago. Then this month, I was having a bit of a like mental, like my brain was a bit much. So I was like, I'm not streaming like this, bro. But then I've had back problems, which if you've watched any of my other streams from like a year ago now, not even, still this year, I had any weird noise you hear is probably my fan because I struggle with overheating, and it's pretty warm for me. But the main issue that I've been having is I may or may not have some nerve damage in my back from the time that I had a specific thing in my back. This isn't great, but I deal with it as well. So, but positive stuff. So I finally got myself a printer. Not a 3D printer, just a regular old printer. It's really funny that people are like, wait, you got a 3D printer before you got a regular printer? Yeah. But I got a printer, and I also got a plotter. If you don't know what a plotter is, Google it. I'm not your mom. Or your dad, to be honest. Like, I swear to fucking God. Sometimes I legitimately... I say words, and I'm like, oh, right. Some people don't know it. I have to explain it. Like, I thought everybody knew what a plotter was. Turns out, no. Turns out, like, a large majority of people don't know what a plotter is. Which, I mean, you should, to be honest. Sorry. Why is it acting like... Let me calibrate my tablet real quick. Calibration moment. There we go. Okay, that did make it a little better. Guess it was just uncalibrated. That happens with older tablets. Oh my god. Dude. Ooh. I love line art. I love doing line art, but oh my god. It may just be that there's a bit of, like, I set a line here, but it, like, registers it as, like, just 1 pixel to the left, which can, like, kind of fuck it up, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it. Yeah, basically, I've been doing shit. Trying my best. I've been getting, like, back into a bunch of stuff that I haven't done in a while. I've only got my computer back. It seems to be good. I think that one of the reasons why it kept turning off, funny enough, they found out that the cooling paste on my PC, don't judge me, I didn't know, okay? I thought it was on there. Turns out there was nothing left. I'm not joking, there was nothing left, so they repasted it. And I was like, okay. I mean, they did, like, every time it kept falling out and stuff, they were like, okay, we'll fix it for free. But I did, the first time was so expensive. It was like over $100, and then the second time it was like $82. It was so expensive. It was so expensive to fix my computer. Poor Mr. PC. I don't know how chatty I will be. I'll try my best, but like at the same time I am also just working. Yeah, that's fine. I went to the store today, the bookstore, to get some cards because I found out that I could print on cards. I have sour candy, it's so yummy. I also need to get a drink. Yeah. I like, I forgot for a sec what I was talking about. So I was at the bookstore, and, the bookstore is owned, like, it's a commercial bookstore, but it's owned by, like, this dude. He's very chill. I like him. He's very fun. But at the same time, I do not know him. But he's been really nice every time that I was there. I don't know why. Like, there's also this lady who's also very nice to me. So I got a bunch of cards. And she was like, do you need a bag? And I was holding my own bag. I was like, no, I don't need a bag. And then she noticed that I was the same guy who came in like half a week ago to get cards. And she gave me a big shopper bag for free, which was awesome. It was pink. I love pink. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you notice, but I may or may not like pink. I know, shocker. Shocker. Dude, I know. I know, such a shocker. I noticed that I get cut off. I should fix that way. I'm gonna get really big for a sec. Hello. And I'm just gonna make myself smaller. And then I need to... How do I do that again? Settings? That one. Select. Okay. I may or may not be able to push stupid. There you go. It's all good. Oh no, I'm too far in the corner. Ah. Oh, now I'm too big. Smaller. Smaller. There we go. That's good. But like, I like going to those stores to like get my paper and stuff. They're all really nice and like, I mean, there's like, I'm gonna expose myself for something, please. I know. I take medication, right? And I can't handle heat at all. And I'm the type of person to sweat profusely when the weather turns like 23 degrees Celsius. I am always red. And this lady continuously looks at me. And she keeps looking at my forehead. And I know what my forehead looks like, dude. I know what it looks like. I know that it's sweaty. I know that I'm sweaty. And this happened at the toy store as well. I was just trying to get a little thing for myself. Just a little fun kit to try out to do a little craft. And I was so red, and a kid just looked at me like... Not my fault. I genuinely, to be honest, living in my skin is like the anxiety test. Like, if you have anxiety and you're me, yeah. Try your best, buddy. Which is really funny. Like, I don't really have that much anxiety anymore. Don't get me wrong, I do panic at some stuff. But generally stated, I don't have that much, like, social anxiety about talking to people. And so, when I live, I just exist. That's it. I genuinely, I don't know when it was, but it was a little while ago. I was at the store, just getting some groceries, and this lady just fucking bumped into me, like, physically just went like, dunk. And like, I look back, flabbergasted, like, what the fuck? And this lady, she just looked so scared. I was like, okay. And she looked at me like, oh my god. I mean, I don't care. It's like, people make accidents, like, accidents happen, right? I found that a lot of times when, like, shit happens in, like, stores, I don't really get anxious or nervous. And I'm just like, you okay? And and some people genuinely get so scared. And I get it, I do, I get it. I get that, like, anxiety sucks and it's, like, very irrational. But it feels like sometimes people are so scared of me, and it makes me feel so bad. I'm not scary, I swear. But sometimes I'm outside and I have, like, I have like a little Son X little plushy coin purse on my small bag. And my big bags, I have like a Hatsune Miku bag, a Nike bag with the Sumiko Garashi character, like a Sumiko Garashi, like little baby character on there. And I have a pink ruffly bag with a large little keychain of Kuromi on it. And I'm not very tall, but it turns out, I didn't know this, but some people may think that I am intimidating, which I don't know how. Maybe it's because I'm a large fat man, but turns out some people are scared of me. Or at least like unnerved or something, I don't know. And so I was just minding my business, and this kid, like, I don't know why people keep bumping into me, but this kid like bumped into me with like the little cart. And she looked so scared. And then she saw my little toy hanging on my bag, and she's like, oh my god. I hope kids don't feel too scared by me. I swear I'm not scary. There's a big guy. Not anything weird, by the way, just I don't want kids to cry. Like, I have done, like, I can't work, but I have done some, like, small jobs here and there when I had the energy to do so. And I did a small job at, like, a little bouncy castle little event. And turns out, the kids found me, the 173 centimeter fat guy, scarier than, my very tall brother. I guess I give off scary vibes to some people. I don't know. I hope I've changed that. I mean, back then, I had really, like, much shorter bangs, and they would fall, like, right over my eyes. And my hair is curly, so it looked like my face was really, like, in shadow. So maybe that was why. But, generally said, I don't think I'm that scary. I think I look stupid. But I guess not everybody agrees. This is really funny because I make my models look like this. I'm not intimidating at all, like, at all. But kids are probably just scared of the large fat man. Like, I have openly... Like, that like, little bouncy thing, like, I am also a bit more strict than most of the other people there when it came to, like, safety. Because, like, a lot of the people working at that, like, moment were very, like, young. Very young. Like, I think the youngest was, like, 14. And at the time, I was, like, 16, 17-ish? I think 17, actually. And so I was 17, and I was one of the older ones, of, like, the teenage group, not the adults. And so, I guess they just kind of didn't care about the safety as much as I did. I was also a bit more strict about it. And then I just, like, it was a liability, dude. I can't have kids just falling off of little bouncy castles. Who the fuck do you think gets, like, punished for that shit? Is me. I wanted my paycheck. Which was, like, $70 for so many hours. Like, I don't remember fully how many hours I did, but it was, like, at least 10 hours, and I paid, like, $70 for it. Oh my god. And this wasn't, like, light labor where you just sit down. No, it was way more than 10 hours. I think it was like 15 hours or something. We would start at like... we would start at like 10. And then we have like 10, 11, 12, 13. I just confused myself. Give me a sec. So that was a 7-hour day. And then I did another 7-hour day, so that is 14 hours. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I I did 14 hours for 70 euros. And half of it was paid by someone else because they didn't have the budget to pay me 70 euros. They wanted to pay me 20, which I said I wouldn't do. But they were short-staffed, so someone else just paid me out of pocket. I mean, I'm not doing 14 hours of work for like 20 or 30 bucks. Sorry. And even 70 is like not that much for 14 hours. People will be like, oh, but that's like a lot of money. It's not. That's less than minimum wage. Like a lot less. When I was 17, I wasn't like 14 with my first job. But yeah, that was so weird. I got paid like 70 bucks. Oh my god. Insane shit, bro. Genuinely, sometimes like I look at people and they don't want to pay you like a fair rate for the time. This is with art as well, right? Like I have generally stated I would be on the higher range of like what I ask for my artwork. For like a full body, I asked for like 100 euros, which I find to be pretty fair for the level of detail that I put in my work. But some people want to pay me 30 bucks for a full body illustration. Not just a sketch, just a full body illustration, shading, everything. And people also, they have like this thing where just because you're family, you don't have to like pay people, or like, you know someone who is my family, and they'll be like, can you do this for them? And I'm like, okay, this is how much it'll be. And then they say, oh, they didn't expect to be paying that much money. What? They didn't expect to be paying me for an illustration when I do not know them. Like, I am pretty, like, chill with, like, drawing stuff for people. If you're my family member, I will be, in fact, giving you free stuff all the time. Are you my best friend? I will be giving you stuff for free all the time. Because I enjoy doing it. But I don't want to give free art to people I just don't know. And it turns out people genuinely, because you have a sort of connection to someone, they sort of like expect to get handed like special treatment for just knowing someone, which sucks. Like, to be honest, a lot of people don't really value art in general. I've noticed that when I draw stuff online, like for fun, there'll be like people, oh, I love your art, I love your art. Like, how much would you, like, I want to commission you. This was a while back when my art was like a lot less nice, but I was still drawing. Sorry, I've been having some lung issues. I swear I'm okay. I just am out of breath all the time. But, genuinely, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, I would like to commission you. And I'll be like, okay, what's your budget? And they're like, what do you mean budget? I'm like, yeah, what's your budget? Because I'm like pretty flexible and my prices are relatively flexible, I will work with budgets a lot of the time. While I have like standard rates, I do work with budgets more often. Because like, I do want to do work for some people. And I understand that not everybody has like the proper amount of money to pay me in full. So often I'll be like, what is your budget? How much could you pay me, like, in total? And a lot of people will be like, oh, I have this much money, I have that much money. Oh my god. And generally stated, I don't mind doing my work for a bit cheaper if I still get paid. But a lot of the times when I say, what's your budget? They'll come up to me wanting like a full body piece for 25 euros, which I just can't afford to do. Well, I could, but I don't want to. because that entire illustration I could have drawn something like for myself for fun, or I could have done something for myself for like 25 euros. I don't want to do that type of work, and I've expressed that, and because my prices have like risen, I've gotten a lot less people who want my art anymore because I'm too expensive. Sorry for asking for a reasonable price of labor. Like, genuinely, when I was a kid, I would charge like $5 for skill level that was worth more than $5, and people would buy it because it was $5 and they basically got free art. But I would often rush those pieces because I just didn't want to do it. Like, I could buy a pack of gum for that. Like, not to say, by the way, not to be like, oh my god, I don't want to do stuff for others. I love doing stuff for others. But I also have to think about myself. As someone with very limited energy, like physical and mental, and it has been declining over the years, the amount of like energy I have to like be really careful. I don't know why I can't breathe so low. Sorry. But as someone whose energy has declined like pretty rapidly and health-wise pretty rapidly over the past like few years, I have to like pace myself really well. And it doesn't really work when people are asking you to do stuff in like really short time frames for like fucking nothing. Like, if you want me to do something in like a very fast turnaround time, you need to pay me more. Respectfully. People don't understand rush fees. They're like, why would you need an extra fee and get stuff done faster? You're asking me to literally spend my free time and or extra time that I could have spent like sleeping or eating on your project. So I'm gonna ask for a fee. To be honest, people don't really respect art anymore. They just see it as a novelty. Which, like, sometimes it can be. But I do think there is, like, a level of respect we should have for the arts, which people don't really have. Oh my god. Sorry. I love this song, dude. I fucking love it. I forgot the ruffles. Ah. Ooh. I'm gonna take a small break and sit more comfortably instead of hunched over. And you're gonna hear me as if I'm in the background. Ooh. To be honest, I should probably go to the doctor about my breathing, but they'll just probably say, lose weight, idiot. Which I don't want to hear, so I'm not going to the doctors. Dun, dun. Hello. My nose is too small, it's not hitting it. It's not doing it properly. No! I forgot to turn on my stove. No. I guess we can put my wings back on. And also we can get tootling. Hello! Hi! Don't worry, homie. I'm just chilling. I'm taking a little break because I was struggling. Like, my breathing was a bit shallow, so I'm sitting back. I'm moving candy. I have sour candy, it's very yummy. Yum. This is it. Let me show you what I drew. I only did these lines. I don't know why, but talking and drawing, I just get out of breath really easily. So I'm just chilling for a sec. Da, 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 da. They're like sour fruit gummies. I love sour stuff. I love sour candy so much. Maybe that's why my enamel is fucked. Maybe that's why I've chipped like 3 teeth. They're just these little candies that are just like fruit and sour. I don't like sweet candy, so. I've never really been a fan of sweet candy. I don't know why. Like generally, I've always been a more like sour candy guy. I don't know. Like genuinely, I've tried liking very sweet candy. It's just not for me. I've tried. I just don't like it. I don't know. It's always been this type of thing where like, ooh, it's too sweet. I also love savory food. Ooh, but I love salty food, like salty savory food. I love chips. I'm trying not to eat chips too often. I used to eat a lot of chips. I've stopped eating them. I think like my favorite like quote-unquote unhealthy food has always been ice cream. I love ice cream. I don't really like sweet food. Spud tablet. I have, but I forgot how I set it up, and then I got a new computer. Oh, I love ice cream. I had ice cream today. Don't tell my mom. I'm fucking 20 and I still go, don't tell my mom. Generally, I've like, back in the day I tried to like black licorice and stuff by eating a bunch. I still don't like black licorice. I like to eat ice cubes. Same! Ice cubes are yummy. I love ice cubes. They go... Ice cubes... ice... Oh my god, I just spit everywhere. Ice cubes are awesome. I love crunching ice cubes. When they're in like a cup, and like I've drank my drink, I like to chew on the ice cubes, and people hate it. But it's so good. I love chewing on ice cubes. I don't get why people hate chewing on ice cubes. It's so good. It goes like... I love the crunch. I love when it goes... I'm just... the foods that I sometimes like to eat are just... I'm just a dog at heart. I got that dog in me. Was I with a friend and they said what I was doing was cursed? No, it's awesome. I used to eat frozen strawberries. I love... In the summer, they've just gotten too expensive for me to buy now, but I love eating frozen strawberries when they're like still so crunchy. So I can just go back. I love it. It's so good. I love it. I tried frozen pineapple, but they come in a box and they're just cardboard flavored. Stop putting frozen fruit in cardboard. I want to be better for the environment, but I would also not want to taste literal cardboard. Please. Please find a way to like... They put it in straight cardboard, not even like waxed cardboard, just straight up cardboard. Do you know how liquid works? God, it's so gross, and it's... Like, I had to throw it out because I just couldn't finish it, because it was so gross. And I'm the type of guy to chew on anything, but I guess it's like the mental disconnect. I would eat cardboard, but I don't want to eat something that isn't supposed to taste like cardboard. Do you feel me? Or am I insane? Like, if I'm eating something that's supposed to taste like cardboard, okay, it's gonna taste like cardboard. Great, I'm gonna munch on the cardboard. But if I'm trying to eat something that's supposed to taste like pineapple, and I get a bite of fuck-ass cardboard, why would I eat it? Legitimately hate that shit. But I like chewing on frozen strawberries. Nah, I totally get it. Thank you. To be honest, my taste is a bit too amplified for me, which is insane because I fucking love sour shit and very salty shit, but I can't handle very sweet stuff. So a lot of the time when people are like, you really like sour stuff, do you like sweet stuff? And I say, no, I don't. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And like, you love chocolate, right? Or when you get something out of the freezer and it just tastes like, that's freezer burn. It's called freezer burn. And if it is too burnt, you shouldn't eat it. because it can degrade some stuff. I think it like degrades the proteins or something. I don't remember. But freezer burn is a real thing, and be careful. But yeah, sometimes like even if it's not like freezer burnt. There's a name for that? Yeah. A freezer burn is a real thing. Freezer burn is usually happens more with meat and ice cream and like dairy products and like animal products. It can happen with like berries and stuff. It's usually not that bad. Then it should be fine. It's just what happens is when you take something out of the store, it gets a little bit liquidy. And that's fine. But when you put it in, it gets into your freezer, and your freezer has a specific taste. Because unlike the freezers, home freezers, depending on which one you have, it is for they are cooled differently. And a lot of the times those really big freezers have like a little wind thing through it, so they don't get like too frozen. Of course, it like depends. Like again, it does depend per like place. But generally, when it comes to like freezer burn, you just have to make sure that your freezer's not as cold. Just turn like the temperature up like a few degrees. Just means that your freezer is often a bit too cold. Like your freezer should be, I think, like -7 or something. I think. I don't remember. When it comes to like specific food, while in the freezer a lot of mold can't grow, there are still some things that can grow in freezers when it comes to mold. It just grows very slowly. It's like, basically, they're still there and the mold's still growing, but it's so slow that generally your food lasts a lot more, because when it comes to mold, a lot of food has mold in it already before you're eating it. But it just, it becomes dangerous when it's to a specific level, basically. That's when you gotta stop eating. When it gets like too moldy. But I mean, cheese is also just mold, so being careful with food. Like usually on the packages it says like in the freezer you can hold it for so long. That's also because of liability, and also because you don't know what contaminants are in the food that could be able to be frozen. You never know. But generally, freezing stuff is fine. You can freeze stuff for a really long time. Usually, I think most meats can be frozen for several months. Humans really looked at mold and were like, gosh, I'd love to eat that. So... I'm the type of person to look at like mold, like not every type of mold, but some mold I'm just like, I really want to eat that mold, but it's gonna kill me if I do. Some mold looks yummy. I mean, there's also like, I mean, mold and fungi are pretty similar, so my brain probably just thinks, I love mushrooms. I mean, there's like this one specific puffball mushroom that after a specific while it like releases spores and you can't eat it anymore, but it looks like mold. And I don't know why, but it still looks so good. I mean, as humans, I mean, I'm literally eating citric acid for fun. Humans love poison. This makes me think of camembert. I've never had camembert. I don't know if I'd like it. I don't know. I don't really like blue cheeses. The taste is a bit too strong for me. I love very, like, I'm more of like a mild cheese guy. I know, blasphemous. I'd say like my favorite cheese. What's my favorite cheese? I like mozzarella a lot, but I think that like Gouda, like standard cheese, is good. I love Gouda. It's good, but it's kind of hairy. Yeah, that's just mold. I mean, there's also a cheese that's made out of like microscopic like maggots or something. Like basically the bugs eat it and then they spit it out. And then they're in the rind, so if you just cut off the rind, you get the really yummy cheese. I don't remember what it's called, but it does exist. Goat cheese is yummy. I don't really like goat cheese. I'm a very bland cheese connoisseur. Like, I love mozzarella. I love Gouda. I like, what's the other one? The squishy one that everyone buys and they put on a bowl plate. I don't remember it. I think that sometimes goat cheese is a bit too pungent for me. Kasu Martsu, no. Wait, I don't do you mean the maggot one? I think it's called that, yeah, I don't fucking remember. I don't remember. American cheese, yeah, that one. I heard it's like really sought after because it's like actually really good, but I can't get the maggots out of my brain. I mean, I've fed like mealworms to ducks before, and like mealworms aren't that gross when they're like dried up and not alive. If they're alive, I don't like them, but I don't think I could even like touch a dried up like maggot. I think even I couldn't do that, and I'm like pretty chill with like dried up animals. Like I fed crickets and like mealworms and stuff. Mealworms aren't that bad. They're just like I ate a mealworm once. I ate a dry mealworm. It didn't taste like that much. It was just crunchy. Didn't really like it though, but it didn't really taste bad or anything. It's just a mealworm. I haven't tried a cricket yet, but I think I can't do that. I think the texture of like the legs and stuff would probably make me gag. But mealworms aren't that bad. Genuinely, I think that we should add mealworms to food. For like protein's sake. Because it's a really good protein. And they're really easy to like get a ton of. I think we should fortify food with mealworms. Become ducks, y'all. Like, I'm not even joking. I think that would be really good. Of course, like, again, we have to, like, specify that it's fortified with mealworms and people won't eat it because people are scared of bugs. Me included. I don't like bugs. I mean, fair. Yeah. Like, mealworms are not that bad. I promise. I promise. The texture's not that bad. You just crush it into a powder. Just crush it into a powder and eat it. I already live like a duck. I don't. I wish I could. I wish I could live like those guys. I mean, when I was really young, I trained a bunch of geese to walk behind me. And I did it with like mealworms. And they were really chill. They were really cute. Like little babies. They're really cute. They're just little guys. People think that geese are like really scary, and they're really not. Geese are actually pretty chill. It's just that they're really territorial. Like when they have like little babies. But they're not scary. I mean, they hurt. When they bite you, it hurts. Absolutely. BRB, by the way, got something to bite. This is making me hungry. Ah, yes, talking about mealworms makes people hungry. I love food. It's so To be honest, I kind of just eat whatever. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, homeboys. I don't like this song, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I drink like a toddler. What if I... Hi. Good evening. Good evening. I'm too small to reach the tablet. I keep wanting to remake this model, but the scuffedness of this model is kind of cute. Someone just tunes in, they're like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? This is not the guy from the thumbnail. I'm the same guy, I promise. I promise. I promise, I'm the same guy. I promise. I'm too small, I need a step stool. This silence is deafening. I think this is my songs. This one. Dun 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 dun. Meow meow meow. Ow. I locked in for a sec. What happened? Okay, let me return back to normal. Blah. Normal me again. Spooky, scary. Ooh. Kinda sleepy. I didn't do that much today. Which is fine, but like, ooh. Oh shit, I forgot I have to put my plotter and shit in a bag. Ooh. Shit. Oopsie. Oh. Nom 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 nom. Yummy. Just wanted to do a more chill stream with me drawing. Nothing too crazy. You know? Not that I stream very crazily anyway. My stream schedule is like, interesting. I want to stream more often and stuff, it's just, my energy levels have been slowly getting worse and worse over the time. It's not great, but it's what it is. You know? Working hard or hardly working. I am planning on making some videos. Primarily just art related stuff. I want to make one video and update it, one about my art process, and I want to do a video about how I paint faces onto custom figures. I want to do some more chill drawing streams, maybe even some streams without any commentary, just drawing, just chilling, you know? Just vibing. Candy. Yum yum. Yum yum yum. Pro tip when they're drawn, zoom out. It may seem like I draw very zoomed in, but I do actually zoom out a lot. And I also look over here a lot in the little find viewer. I gotta calibrate, what the fuck? There we go. I don't know why I kept looking to the left. I love adding unnecessary detail. It's fun. I keep having the hiccups. I'm gonna take a little break. A little break. I'm not gonna stream for too long. I may stream for maximum like 20 more minutes. I'm enjoying myself, by the way. I'm just sleepy. I'm gonna take a small break. I'm going to go to my shitty BRB screen. Wait, maybe I can fix my BRB screen a little bit, but we're gonna BRB for a sec. Where is my BRB screen? Baba Booey. Hola. It's me. I have returned. I took a small break. I think I took a 10-minute break or so. I think. He is back. He is back. Stream shows around 13 minutes, so close. I usually try to keep my little BRB screens for like a maximum of like 10 minutes, but you know, shit happens. Sometimes you gotta piss and you gotta check your messages. It be what it be. Also get distracted. If we're talking about the distraction part, I think that half of that time was me getting distracted by a horse on a little, on a little whip, on like a little, not a whip, a little, seesaw. I saw a video of a horse on a seesaw and I took me into a deep dive of looking at multiple videos. Ignore how last time I had a starting soon screen on mine for 30 minutes. But like a starting soon and a BRB, I think are different. I think like starting soon, like it feels different to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I seesaw. Dude, I love watching videos of horses. Nowadays, because of like the Lucemir and stuff, people have started to notice how fucking stupid horses are in like the most, like, not in a mean way. Horses are stupid and I love them dearly. They are so dumb. Starting soon, never apparently. Starting soon. 2029, baby. I mean, starting soon, never. Me when I don't even stream. Like every time I want to stream, fuck you. Get a really nasty cold and can't breathe. Number 2, back problems. Number 3, get so emotionally like exhausted that you can't even open your PC. Number 4, and it just keeps happening. Like, I am cursed. I am cursed to not stream or create. They tell me no. You are not allowed. Return to the soil in which you came. Some of those are really relatable. It's like, every time I want to do something, I just get sick. Or like, random pain exists. Like, I've had chronic pain since I was pretty young. But, oh my god. Can we just, like, not for, like, 10 minutes? Wait, that means it's been 10 years since I first started getting chronic pain. Ah. Yay! Also, because I updated the rigging, you can now see my tongue piercing. Wait, let me zoom in and show him. Let me do it to him. It wasn't visible with the other rigging, which is sad. Because, like, a ton of my models have had it. Back to the tablet we go. Every time I want to stream, boom, emotionally exhausted. Oh, exactly. Is something. I mean, legitimately, every time I wanted to stream, it's like, ba-bam, you need your tooth removed. Ba-bam, fucking, like, spine hernia thing. Ba-bam, get ill and need to go to the doctor because you can't breathe. Ba-bam, back pain returned. It's fucking so dumb. They said no. Lucemir shall not exist. He is not real. I love jellies. Yeah, a cable. I love drawing ruffles, but at the same time, oh my god, I need to render all of these. I really decided, yes, let's make the ruffle monster. I need to turn my light on, Jesus. I have to check for mosquitoes. I keep getting mosquitoes and people are like, when are you going to bed on time? And I'm like, I do. I do. But then I wake up because I hear and then I get a pain. And then I get pain because I'm allergic to mosquito bites. By the way, don't become a cutesy artist who draws ruffles. I don't. I promise you, you do not want to draw 300 ruffles. Or learn to draw your own lace. Like, oh my god. Like, I like doing it now because I'm capable of doing it in a reasonably normal pace, but oh, the first few years that I drew ruffles, damn, was I not fast at it. And like, speed isn't everything, but I get really bored really quickly, so I really needed to speed shit up when it comes to like drawing ruffles. And like the main part about ruffles a lot of the times is when you like when a ruffle is like viewed, like this is the ruffle and like the ruffle's like here and it's like in your view it goes like not exactly, but it's like relatively not the same because these aren't pleats, these are ruffles, and ruffles don't go the same way. They have like inner corners and they go like in. And these also go in, but these are like, the fabric always curves slightly inwards when it comes to these, so the fabric always curves a little bit. If you want to make a pattern, it needs to go inside and outside. But like ruffles, if you see them like down, they are more like this. Of course, like, you can draw them a little bit more wavy and ruffly. But, like, this is genuinely what it looks like. If ruffles are up... Oh my god, get out of my way, fly. They're usually even more, like, the same. Like, if they're on the up, if they're, like, up, they usually look more like this. So this is how I personally draw, like, ruffles. I try to draw them as quickly as possible with this, like, the least amount of time. Because I will draw the outside of the ruffle. God, would you mind? I love when Control Z doesn't work. It's awesome. But when I draw ruffles, I usually get like the fabric texture by not doing the lines, but by doing the like shading. Because it looks pretty bad when, like, with this, it's pretty like cohesive, which I will break down later. This is more clean, but I will add little extra shapes, but I like making them like big like this first before I like start cutting into them, which is why all of them have this same like texture. I then go in afterwards, after I have these lines and I have like where I want them to be placed. I will cut into them and add like little waves to add that it's a slightly like, because ruffles are sort of crumpled fabric. And crumpled fabric doesn't lay the same as regular fabric. It doesn't droop down as much because it's under tension. Which is why when I draw ruffles, I prefer carving them out after I have done the main part of the ruffle. You don't have to go like too ham about it. It's just a very subtle little like wavy texture. And then when I like do the shading afterwards, I make clumps down here and up here usually. The rest is usually like, most of it, like you have like one part in the middle that is usually like down like that. And then you usually have like two areas that go up, then you have one area that's down and then another one that's up. Which means that these bumps are both in light and these are in dark. So this has to be in dark, but at the same time, because it's a ruffle and it's not like as specific and you see them from the top, and that means that the lighting comes from here, which also means that the dark parts do get lit. You only add a small, I usually add like a smaller area like that and then a bigger area here. So it does show that it's like that, but it's not in the light because that would look a little weird. You're the ruffle king, you're so fast at drawing. I mean, like, it's mostly just patience that I have with like learning how to draw ruffles. But they're not difficult, they're just annoying to learn. But just adding a small little wave like this, that you're already like carving them out a little bit, and bam, you got a ruffle that looks kind of ruffly. You know? Again, ruffles will never look perfect because that's not how you even make ruffles. Ruffles are made by literally like tying the fabric, which means, yeah, you're gonna have uneven bumps, and that's why I don't make any of my ruffles fully like that, because that's not how ruffles look. They're usually like one space is bigger, one is smaller, one is bigger. That's how ruffles work because they're bunched up fabric. They're basically, you have, how you make it in a skirt, for example, is you have a strip of fabric that's longer than the skirt. Then you add a specific type of thread. This is for if you don't know. This is not me saying if you know. This is me just explaining for everybody who doesn't. You add a thread, you basically stitch a really loose thread on the top. Then you pull that thread tight and it becomes ruffled because you're pulling it really tight. So you only pull it on the top and not on the bottom, which means that the fabric at the top goes inwards and the fabric on the bottom goes outwards, which makes this sort of not triangle shape because there's still like a flat top. It's a it is also a curved shape, so it's not like that, it's more like that. It's not just a weird square. To be honest, making a lot of ruffles in real life has helped me look at ruffles a little differently. But majority of ruffles, when it comes to like drawing them, comes from just shading. Shading is the reason why ruffles look like ruffles. but you also have to still go with the fabric. You can't just like add a wavy pattern and be like, yeah, that's a ruffle, because that's not how it works either. Like, you can add it's usually more of like a subtle curve than a very exaggerated curve. But yeah, it's usually like a section with like extra little bumps in it, and that's it. Usually I don't cut into this corner like that because it looks a little weird. I usually do it like that. This one's a bit exaggerated, but it's fine. Also, ruffles do change when it comes to fabric itself. The thinner the fabric, the more they will go like this. The thicker the fabric, the more they will go like this. Like the thicker fabric will have smaller curves that are a lot stiffer, so they're more like that. The looser, they're gonna be more flared out like that. So thicker fabrics will stand more square compared to thinner fabrics, which will be more triangular. But usually people draw ruffles with a thinner fabric, like a cotton. I like using cotton. Cotton is nice and easy to use. But also it depends, because some cotton frays like fucking hell. Oh my god. Some cottons, I swear to god, they're created to hate me. Like, I've sewed stuff out of nice printed cotton. Do not make stuff out of nice printed cotton if you don't want to fray check every edge of your fabric. Oh my god. Like, I would make chokers out of cotton fabric and ruffles for funsies. And I've made so many ruffles. But I've also made a lot of pleats. Pleats are also really fun because they're a little bit more controlled. Pleats usually, like, these are ruffles because they're meant to look like they're pinched. But pleats overlap more like that. Like, ruffles I would usually draw more like this. Pleats I would draw more like that. Because they're sewn, like, they're still sewn only here, so they still flare out, but they're sewn like on top of each other, which creates this. Ruffles can create that because you're sewing it like that and then pulling, but pleats, they can look a little bit more structured. Ruffles can be very this compared to pleats, which often have a more uniform shape like that because you're sewing like right there. You're like folding it right there. I usually would draw them more like this compared to this because you're sewing them basically, you're sewing them here, which is why you can go a little bit more open. Sorry, I'm having an autism moment about explaining how to do pleats and ruffles. But like, pleats and ruffles are very different when it comes to how you structurally draw them. Hello? Wait, did I turn the density down? Oh, yeah. We're learning a lot of clothing tech. I think that a lot of clothing, like, you have to just look at actual physical clothing to be like, oh, that's how it works. Like, just going like, oh, clothes, sure, fuck, it doesn't work. I think that sewing, learning fabric by doing small sewing projects helps a lot. With learning how, like, fabrics lay. Like, you don't have to be, like, perfect or, like, 100% accurate with fabric in, like, digital art or traditional art. I don't think that really works that well anyway, but yeah. When like talking about tech specifically, I think like clothing, there's a lot of small nuances between fabric types and like texture, heaviness, weight, how much the fabric is sewn, what kind of stitches are used. Because like a zigzag stitch is always going to be, like a stitch that goes like that is always going to be different from a stitch that goes like this. Because this stitch is like, both sides are stitched because you're zigzag them. This one means that the fabric can go like that. But there's more stitches, I just only use zigzag because, like zigzag and straight stitch, because I'm not that great at sewing. What the fuck what auto-played? Why did it autoplay? Don't I have oh, I have like a thing on, okay. I just want to call me. I don't want... Why does it keep doing that? Whatever. But yeah. Ruffles are weird. Clothing is weird. That sound effect jump scared me. Me too. I'm gonna do these two, and then I think the ruffles look fine. I'm gonna do a large cut here. Yeah, that was good. I want to keep these more like a puffy, like a trim, like a more of like a circular trim. I like how that looks, even if it's not canon to his design. I don't care. I mean, it's my character. Doesn't fucking matter. A scalloped patterning. I love when dresses have like the scallops on the bottom. That's so fun. I love when dresses have petticoats. They have like a dress that has like, but like, it's like a shorter dress with like scalloping and then a petticoat underneath. That's so fun. I want to wear one of those like straight, more like dreamy ones, like these types of dresses. I want to wear one of those. Seems fun. I think that this is what I'm gonna do today, and that's it. It's very loud. Down. It's very loud for me too. Let me. Okay. Hello. So I'm gonna. This is not what I forgot that I have to make myself bigger. Hello. Out. Gone. I'm gonna go leave. Also, why is the chat box over there? You're supposed to be over there. Everything moved. I don't know why. But yeah. I'm gonna leave for now. I hope it was sort of enjoyable, even if I took like a 13-minute break throughout. Goodbye. Bye bye. Yaho, bye bye.